Hello my dudes, welcome back to All the Mods 10, Minecolonies, and the Sword and Kingdom style. The colony is coming along pretty well. This is episode 3. Welcome, and thank you for joining me. Let's take a look at what we've done so far. So obviously we started with the supply camp. This is a pretty looking wagon, and I'm pretty happy with this. As supply camps go, it's a great one. Then of course we move over to the forester's hut. This is where we're gathering wood, but it looks like our forester, our lumberjack, could use a re-up of some more tools, some more axes. And then as we swing around, the other two buildings we built so far are the town hall and the builder's hut. So we've got the makings of a pretty cool colony so far. Now I've been going through some of your comments and I read as many as I can, so a massive thank you for dropping your comments, and don't forget, if you've got anything you want to add or suggest, use that comments button. But to go through a couple of comments, Dark Red says there's a style called Bits and Bobs for Minecolonies. It's a collection of decorations, and that might be pretty cool to check out, and I'll show you why in a minute. And also, CJK, happy birthday for a couple of days ago. Thank you very much for watching the videos. Zeppeloni927 says, please add the Spell Colonies mod. It lets you have wizards as guards that use spells from Iron Spells and Spellbooks. That sounds amazing, and I definitely will be adding that. And also Joseph Svogar says, you gotta name it the Sword Coast. And that's right, I asked you guys for a name for the colony. I went through a lot of them. There were some really good ones, but I think the Sword Coast really does fit what we're doing here perfectly. So I'm gonna go over to Town Hall and do that right now. Let's jump into today's episode. So yeah, here we go. It's a really good point. So last episode I mentioned that we were gonna do a decorations montage. This episode, where we go through all of the Sword and Kingdom decorations. Here we are at the Town Hall. So, colony name. At the moment it's temp name. We are changing that, my friends, to the Sword Coast. There we go, perfect. Oh man, bit of a D&D reference there as well. So yeah, I wanted to do a bit of a decorations montage, where I showed you guys all of the decorations in this style. Bit of a problem with that one though. Check this out. So if you go over here to decorations, there's nothing here. There's the supply camp, which we already know what that looks like, it's over there. All there is a list of creators. Now, this is kind of cool. Respect to all these guys, they've made a really pretty cool style pack. But none of these are actual things you can build, they're all just grass blocks. So it's really just like a credits section. Now, I haven't done it for this episode, but this means it's a really good chance for us to install that mod that was recommended in the comment section that's going to add some decorations. And when we do that, I'll add the Wizards mod as well that gives us wizard guards. I think that's perfect for our Sword and Kingdom playthrough. Now, I want to connect up the buildings that we have already, and that's another good chance to look at the build tool and see what's going on in terms of roads. So if we take a look, there's nothing in decorations, but if we go to infrastructure, there is a road section. Now when I saw this, I got really excited because wow, look at all of these roads. And yeah, some of these are really cool. So instead of a decorations montage, we're going to do a bit of a roads montage. Let's take a look at everything the mod has. So number one, there's a 3 or 5 lane wide intersection, and most of the roads are made of these cooked smooth stone, I think it is, as the roads. It's a good look, and it's got a pretty cool lamppost in the middle. This is the 3 or 5 lane wide intersection. There's a 3 or 5 lane wide intersection number 2. This one comes with shrubberies. Very good. Who doesn't love a shrubbery? There's a 3 lane road curve. This is pretty cool for getting those curves, because sometimes making this manually, you get it wrong. This is a nice symmetrical curve. There's a 3 lane long, and it's literally just a long old lane of 3 cooked stone. And there's a short version as well for when the long one is a bit too long. There's a staircase, pretty handy. There's a staircase with a bit more of a gradual incline. There's the 3 lane road with an even more gradual incline. So the game does give you a lot of options for getting around difficult terrain, and honestly, these roads look perfect for the kind of terrain we have. Once you come out of the 3 lane roads though, you get to the 5 or 7 lane roads, and this is where things get a bit more impressive. This is the intersection, nice and big with again these lampposts. There's a 5-lane road with grade separation. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a really cool bridge over a road down the bottom. Again, the materials used in this are very simple, but it looks really effective. Big fan of this. There's a 5-lane road long, and again, it's more of the same, but it does give this interesting middle separating bar. This barrier down the middle does look really, really cool. I love what they've done here. There's a 5-lane road, and this is stairs. Oh, and the stairs come with a bit of a lamppost. It's a bit weird putting lampposts in the middle of stairs. What if you walk into those? A bit dangerous, but maybe that's how they do it in Japan. And again, just like the 3-lane, there's more of the same with these staggered stairs that slowly go up. Then you get to the 7-lane roads, and this is again more of the same, but with much wider roads for, oh my god, whoa, what's this? So this is the 7-lane intersection, and this is a real bad boy. Look at this. This is huge. Big old shrubberies. Big fan. And that's where we come to the end of the roads. Then we move on to aqueducts. And this is for basically putting in a man-made river. If you want a river going through your colony, it's a pretty good way of doing it. And the aqueduct comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes, with curves, bends, stairways to get down to it, and a sewer entrance. Oh, this could be really cool for having like a bit of an underground kind of sewer system. I like that a lot. Once we get past the aqueducts, we move on to a cliff spiral staircase. Oh, whoa! So if you've got a bit of a cliff going on, you can make a cool staircase that goes up the side. We can always replace the dirt here with like a real wall. That will be pretty cool. And there's cliff spiral staircase link that, how does this work? This lets you link, oh, this is a weird design. It's like stairs on the outside, stairs on the inside. Then there's a coastal road, and again, oh, this is really cool. So this is really like a seawall. You can put this against the edge of the bank. There's probably a perfect place for this down here. That would look really good. And this is a good border for your colony where you meet the coast. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad we picked to build on the coast. There's a coastal road too. More of the same. Oh, this is a corner section. Okay, good to know. And then there's bits of railing for if you want to get like really micro with your details and put in some fancy railings. But honestly, I'm a big fan of all of this stuff. It's really cool. I think I'll be waiting with this until we get a stonemason so we can get a colonist to make the stone bits we need. But it's really cool looking. And once we come away from the railings, oh my god, it's time for bridges. Bridges are one of my favorite things in the world, and it looks like, yeah, these are modular bridges with bits you can put on the side. And yeah, there's the central bit in the middle. That's very much like how I like to design my bridges, so I'm a big fan of this style. And of course, those lovely lamps that we like, the street lights, there's all the variations of those as well. Oh man, really cool. I'm very impressed. So that's all food for thought and a really good look at what roads we have in the pack. Now this episode, we need to work out how we can get some storage. The lumberjack does need some more axes, so we'll pop over here and just give her a bit of a re-up. But I think it's going to be tricky because she's probably got not much space left over from all of the wood she's been gathering. Let's take another look. In the inventory, yeah, no, we can chuck some axes in here. And she will get to work. She's still got her stone hoe as well, so that's good. So get to it, Jade. Keep gathering us wood. But yeah, we need some storage. We need a warehouse and a courier's hut so that none of the resource generation we do is backed up. So it all begins with the huts. We're going to build a warehouse hut. To make this, we're going to need a chest, planks around the edge, the build tool in the middle, and that all makes a lot of sense. So logs into planks, a chest, put the chest in the middle, the planks around the edge, the build tool on top, and there we go, a warehouse. Now we also do need a courier's hut, but sometimes warehouses come with courier huts inside. We will still need to build the courier's hut, and we'll need either leather or iron to make the boots. So, oh man, that's a good point. Now we do have plenty of iron, so let's make some boots. The iron recipe gives you 2 courier huts, so it's a little bit better than the leather one. So boots in the middle, build tool on top, planks around the edge, and there we go, 2 courier's huts. Yeah, let's take a look at what these look like before we find a place to put them down. So we're going to go over here to craftsmanship, logistics, and the warehouse. Oh, there's 2. Okay, interesting. So we'll look at Warehouse A for one. Now the warehouse isn't a small building, but it is smaller than some style packs, so that's pretty cool. And at level 1, it looks very basic, as you'd imagine. As it goes up in those levels though, of course, like the rest of the buildings in this pack, it's going to look even more amazing. It looks bigger at level 2. Level 3, it starts to look like a real building with real shingles. Very cool. There's a pit in the middle. What's this about? Interesting. Then level 4, it gets wider, uses more exotic bricks and materials. Whoa, oh my god. I am very impressed with the amount of rack space in this build. That's very cool. Aha! And look at this. So the warehouse does come with courier huts up on this second level. Oh, that's really cool. At level 5, this thing looks like a real beast. And if you count the couriers huts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 here, but there's none underneath. Now, I'm not quite sure why there's this hollow area under here. There might be something you're supposed to build as like a partner with the warehouse, so we'll have to look into that. So Warehouse A is a really good looking warehouse. That's going to be tough to beat. But what about Warehouse B? Yeah, and at level 1, Warehouse B also looks a lot smaller. So this is much better if you've got like less space to work with. But even at level 1, it has an impressive amount of rack space. Let's take a look at level 2. Oh yeah, and it looks like this warehouse builds up instead of outwards. But it doesn't look like there's any courier huts included with this one. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing it. At level 3, starts to look like a much more impressive building, but still, there's no courier huts included with this warehouse, not even underground. And we'll skip all the way to level 5 now, see what it looks like at the end. Oh man, it's a really good looking building, really cute, really bespoke, but also really compact. So the choice is not an easy one, but I think we're going to go for Warehouse A, because it includes couriers huts. Even at level 1, you get these 2 up the top, which is perfect for us, because we have 2 courier huts already prepared. Now, if we're doing resource generation, like if we're gathering all of our stuff over on this end of the colony, down this end of the map, where the lumberjack is over here, the forester, it makes sense to have the warehouse pretty close to where all of these resources are going to be coming in. So I'm going to maneuver this, if I can, over this way, and I think we're going to park this pretty close to the town hall. Not too close. I don't want our buildings to be too close together, because that'll be a bit of a nightmare down the line. I want to leave enough space so we can build those impressive looking roads we've seen later on. So there we go, that's lined up with the town hall. There's a nice big gap in between the buildings, perfect for a road or two. We'll push it back a bit further, because I'd like a bit more space. We want to be nice and generous with how much room we leave for decoration, but this is a good spot. We'll have to dig up these trees, gather all of those logs and cobblestone and planks, but I think we have access to everything we're going to need here, so this is going to be pretty cool. Once again, looking at this at level 5. Yeah, this is a good spot for this, I do believe. So we'll press go. Boom, there we go, amazing. Let's go and double check those building materials. So it shouldn't be too tricky. Again, it's level 1, and we have on farm all of the wood that we're going to need over at the forester's hut. In fact, yeah, Jade is out there gathering even more wood for us as we speak. What a hard worker. So we'll come over here. It's the warehouse and the build options. Right, now this is cheaper than the town hall, which is really good. There's 100 cobblestone, not going to be a problem. A couple of ulti-mine digs. 162 dirt, again, not a big problem. Spruce planks, dark oak stairs and slabs, 32 racks. So the racks are where it will be a little bit tricky, but we do have loads of iron, so I don't really foresee that being a problem. So time to go through the motions and get these materials. So your mum is ready to begin. We have paused her so we can start putting in some of these materials. But again, yeah, it's all pretty simple stuff. Spruce fence, spruce log, spruce plank, slab, stairs, some torches. Yeah, no worries. Let's go and grab all of these bits. Now, it's also worth noting that the sawmill is really good for making fence posts as well. If we put some spruce log in here and we navigate to fences, they must be here. Regular Minecraft fences. There we go. And why this is so good is it cuts out the middleman of having to make loads of sticks, which is always like a real pain, to be honest. I hate doing that. Now, 2 stacks of fences are going to be needed down the line. We also need some slabs. We're going to need some stairs. Oh man, all the bits. But again, it's super easy to make. We got the cobblestone as well. Might need some oh, can't use the sawmill for that. But yeah, as the sun sets, I'll go and give the builder what she needs. And let's watch the warehouse getting built. Strap yourselves in. Wait, we're missing, 1 rack. What a pain in the bum. But there we go, well, 1 rack, why not? And we've done it, boom. Let's watch the builder get to work. So we begin the build of warehouse. This is warehouse A because yeah, it's bigger, but it does come with the couriers huts, and that's just something that's gonna make things much easier for us. It also comes with 2 couriers huts, which is the exact amount we've already made, and that's gonna be perfect. I think you want a lot of couriers. They're basically the pipes of the colony. They keep things moving. And you really should be looking after your couriers and taking a lot of care, making sure they're the best they can be. A lot of people when they play Minecolonies like to focus on the flashy things, like the university and things like that, but really if you neglect your couriers, you're going to be in big trouble. One of my favorite things about this style is the fact that all of the materials are kind of the same. We're using the same kind of wood, just spruce, dark oak, and oak. We're using cobblestone and the logs. It's all really simple, and that makes putting the buildings together just so much easier. But oh man, how can you argue with the rack space? There is so much storage. You can fit so many spruce logs in this bad boy. It's unreal. And it really is one of the most important things you can build very early on. We don't really have much storage going on in our supply camp, so what I'm thinking of doing is using the warehouse in Minecolonies as our storage system. It's not actually all that bad. There's even a function at the warehouse block that lets you find exactly where something is in your storage and search through it. It's not as good or as flashy as a computer, but it makes sense and it's organic. It's part of the colony. So I really want to focus on that. But here we go. The building is complete and it looks, it looks level 1. Let's get in and get the courier huts built. Alright, yeah, so check it out, the warehouse is complete, and honestly, this could not have come at a better time, because look at this. I've got so much junk in my inventory. Well, no more. Now we can start plowing things into the warehouse, and as the builder calls for it, the courier should deliver. But yeah, your mum did a great job, as always. She's a real star player. But let's take a look at the couriers huts now and see what these need to be built, because this could be tricky. Build options, oh no, framed hay bales. That's a little bit tricky. The framed oak planks, that shouldn't be a problem. So we'll set both of these to be built, but we're gonna have to go and get ourselves some hay. This shouldn't be a massive problem because you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna steal. That's right, if you're ever in a bind, both in real life or in game, crime pays. No, it doesn't pay, guys. Don't resort to crime. But we're going to be criminals today. We're going to go to the village and steal some wheat. These guys usually have a farm or two, so I reckon we'll find some wheat if we look around. Let's have a bit of a poke. Oh, do you know what, my dudes? We're out of luck. There's no wheat farm here. There are some pig and cow farms. That could come in handy in the future, so we'll remember there's cows and pigs here. But there are actually hay bales lying around. I mean, look at this weird little structure. This is all stuff we can use. For example, a flower pot will come in handy. The hay bales will come in handy. There's a sign. That'll probably be useful as well. And you know what? I think 4 hay bales is probably more than we need right now. So let's get over and get these turned into the special blocks our builder needs. So then we go over to timber frames. Now the first one is going to be hay in the center with dark oak surround. That looks, oh look, you get 4 per craft. That's pretty handy. The second one is going to be the oak planks. Combine that with the dark oak, and that's 4 more of that. Now we're going to be building more than just 2 couriers huts, so we're going to actually double up on this recipe and get 8 of these blocks. This way, in the future, when we need even more, there's going to be some in the warehouse. These 2 blocks in the builder's hut, the builder should pick these up. Yep, there they go, vanishing from the inventory. And the other one, do you want to get the other one? That is the correct framed oak. Oh, 2 planks. Okay, there you go. And here we go. She's back, just like Voldemort. And there we go. She's just bashing the block now to make sure everybody knows it's finished. And there we go. The first courier's hut has been created. So we're going to hire one of you lovely people. John pays no tax, so we'll put him to work as a courier. We'll summon him. Here you are, John. Now, John won't get to work. You'll hire a courier, but he won't get to work until you assign him to a warehouse. So we come down here to the warehouse. We go to couriers, manage workers, and we hire John as a courier for this warehouse. Every warehouse can have 2 couriers per level, which is why at level 1 it comes with 2 couriers huts. Now let's see if John does what we expect him to do. He's going to pick up the oak and hay bale planks that the builder needs, I think. Oh no, wait, it looks like first up he's going to go and pick up some logs. Thank you, John. Now I know what you're thinking, why is John doing the logs before he helps out our builder? Well, that comes down to priorities. So basically what you can do is you can come over to your builder's huts and your resource gathering huts, and you'll see there's a pickup priority. Now we want the forester's hut to be not too prioritized, so we're going to go 4 on the pickup priority for the forester, 4 out of 10. But we're going to make sure that the builder's hut has a much higher priority. That in theory works, right? Higher priority, bigger number is a higher priority. And look, if you come over here, you can go down to tasks and we'll see that John is queued up to deliver the hay bales and the framed oak planks. So over here in the supply camp, we have a couple of new items. We have an anvil and we have a chest with some name tags in. Now what I'm going to be doing is basically applying some of the names you guys are submitting via Patreon and YouTube members over on the Discord and giving those to colonists every episode. So Christopher suggested the name Volcar, Obsidian Titan, and he suggested this a day before I even put the first video out for this series, so we're definitely getting you in pretty soon. And also there's Edmund Fitzgerald over here. Let's go and find some dudes that suit these names. Now these are both male names, and our builder is female, I believe. So we're gonna give Volcar Obsidian Titan to our first courier. There we go, John Payno Tax is now Volcar Obsidian Titan, boom. And Edmund Fitzgerald, there was someone over here in the town hall messing around. And Little Dolphin, oh, I'm sorry, my dude, before you even got a job, you're getting a new name. You are now Edmund Fitzgerald, and I think Edmund is probably going to become our second courier. But a massive thank you for watching this episode, my dudes. Once again, a huge thank you to all of you guys who are subscribed on YouTube, who are YouTube members, and who are Patreons. I'm going to be trying to get your names into the colony every single episode, so keep those names coming in. Likewise, keep the comments coming in. Next episode, I think we might look at roads, maybe a building or two. We're also going to check out those 2 mods that you guys suggested in the comment section. Bits and bobs for decorations, and also spell colonies that lets us make our guards into wizards. That sounds really awesome. But until next episode, my dudes, thank you for watching and take care.